Yeah. All right. Hello. We're live, I think. There we go. Online. Start all. There we go. We're good on YouTube, I think, right? Excellent. Does it say excellent? Yes, it does. It says excellent. Great. And we also are gonna record at the exact same time. Yeah. Because my graphics card can handle that throughput. That's insane. That is insane. All right, whatever. Stop gushing over my own stuff. Let me just make sure everything is working properly. Yeah, there we go. YouTube's up. Are you up? Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Nice. Twitch? Oh, yes. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Oh, look, a new follower. Thank you. On what do you call it? Kick. Yeah, thanks. You know, I'm an idiot. I have chat up, but I don't actually have.
Usk Bloody says, do you stream on Twitch?
Yes, I also stream on Twitch, and that's coming through. Like you heard that, right? Whisk buddy. That's how you. That's how the chat basically says that thing is. That's good. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Kick. Yeah, I think it's only 4 right now. But I'm gonna see if I can actually try and get on Twitter.
Usk Bloody says, are you streaming on Twitch RN?
Yeah, everything at the exact same time. Yep. My computer is a beast when it can do this type of stuff. Now I'm doing a little bit of a trick, but if you want to get the best audio visual quality, YouTube would be the best place to do it because I stream at 1440p there. At a slightly higher bit rate. I don't know if you even know what that means. It means there's better quality on YouTube than any of the other things that I'm doing. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some little research. Shoot, I don't even know where that came from. I think that's Twitch.
Usk
Yeah, that
Bloody
is Twitch. Hey, that is Twitch.
I'm here from Kick.
There we go. Nice. All right, let's just get started because I think everything's working perfectly. Thank you for the follow, for the double follow. That's great. That's actually pretty nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so I was doing some research on the whole Elon thing. I'm kind of late to it, but I was Thunderfoot, this guy named Thunderfoot, this guy. Yeah, this guy here. I was looking up his stuff because I saw one of his videos.
Says, Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Oh yeah, whatever. Who cares about that? But I was watching his video, and it actually started to bother me a little bit because I kind of like Thunderfoot, but then I went to his channel and I'm like, oh my god, this guy seriously hates Elon. Every other video is an Elon thing, or at least maybe for the past month, it's just been pure Elon videos. Another Elon video, another Elon video. Another Elon video, another Elon, a bunch of Elon videos 6 months ago. I'm like, okay. I was gonna do some, I was gonna react to like one of his videos because this one really bothered me because all he did was just take a bunch of what do you call it? Let's just go into it. Was it this one? Did I make the comment on this one? No.
Musk
let's see.
bought Twitter for about $44 billion.
We just revalued the company at less than half of the acquisition price.
Now he's using...
Oh, yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And this is being recorded so I could splice these up for my other channel. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I haven't streamed in a while, so I was like, all right, let's just do something. Let's just make something up. And this Elon thing really was it's a big thing. Linus said something about Linus Tech Tips, tech YouTuber channel. And there was one other person that mentioned it that I'm forgetting at the top of my head, but whatever, get into it. But remember to do, good old like and subscribe, and comments great too. there that way. Everything's backwards on my end. But yeah.
Chris Bloody says, what is happening? I haven't heard about Alad.
So basically, let's just get into yeah, we'll go right here. Basically, Elon was at a was watching. All right, let's actually get into the. So basically, he just told, long story short, he basically told a bunch of advertisers to just go F themselves.
What was that trip like? And obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online.
11 days ago, so this is super recent.
There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You
Don't
want them to
advertise.
No.
What do you mean?
And the reason why they don't want to advertise is because Elon made a he just responded to like a bad tweet, and he
Chris Bloody says, I mean Elon is a human too, so who cares?
yeah, true, but I think the whole reason why everyone keeps talking about it is because he basically just told advertisers to go F themselves. And a bunch of YouTubers are like, okay, some YouTubers, they're like, they understand, but some other YouTubers are like, why would Elon do that? That's like company deleting suicide, like nonsense. But like, I think the whole point of Elon, I'll just play it in a second. Actually, no, I'll play it first.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
Oh, I'm glad they beeped it.
But
Go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
And the main reason, and Bob is just the, I think he's like one of the higher ups of Disney, and because he was one of the advertisers that decided not to run on X anymore. But basically, I think the whole point, like, if you just look at it, just like this little clip, it seems like Elon is just like, oh, you're basically telling advertisers to like leave and how you're gonna make money, so the company's gonna die. That's stupid. Why would Elon do that? But I think the main thing is that Elon doesn't think everyone's gonna be thinking that way. Elon's gonna be like, because like he started this whole thing on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, where instead of getting a verification to see if you're gonna get like a check mark, you just gotta pay $8 to get a check mark, which is basically his point of basically moving the advertisers from being the customers to the people that actually use the Twitter or X to become the customers. So I think that's like his main point of telling the advertisers just go F themselves, because like, whatever, who cares? We don't need you. And if you don't like my tweets, then you can leave. But Elon has like all the numbers and stuff, and saying that that he thinks his platform is the best. That's why he thinks he can say whatever he wants, because the platform is going to speak for himself. Elon's not the platform. If people want to leave because of Elon, then that's their problem. But other people that don't care about what Elon's going to say is going to use his platform and exploit it. And I think that's basically what he's hoping for, but I don't know.
well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel.
That's how he
advertise.
feels.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising.
Twitter is bad. TF does he mean, bro?
Yeah, Twitter was bad. Twitter was definitely bad. But then Elon got it, and now it's called X. Something completely different. Twitter used to be bad, or that company used to be bad, but then I feel like Elon has been doing a really good job at keeping that. Like, Elon got got Twitter or X, a couple, like about a year ago, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, it's gonna die like very soon," because he fired a bunch of people. But then he's still here somehow and alive, and now he's I don't know what the economics is for that company because he privatized X, so now no one could see how much money it's making, if it's losing money or if it's making money. No one knows, and it kind of gives him the freedom to say whatever he wants about the platform. So no one could really sue him because it's a privately owned company now. But yeah, Twitter is, but it definitely was, but I think it's getting better. It's the whole thing that
Bloody says. Just a couple of days ago I saw Gore on Twitter, even though I think it's against the rules.
I don't think Gore is against the rules. And there's also a lot of like the whole like free speech thing that he's trying to get at is that like say that you just post spam a bunch of like just gore and stuff and things that you really shouldn't be posting, and there's no context behind it, you just want to post it. I think that would be a ban of like you just delete the post. I don't think that's a bannable offense. Like if you, I guess you just keep doing it and you're harassing, then that would be a bannable offense. But I think you would delete that stuff. But there's like a way around it where you can post gore on the platform, but it has to be under the category of newsworthiness. Like if something happens in the news and something really like gory and something happened, like tragically happened, and the pictures are kind of like really bad, like what's going on in the whole Israel Hamas thing that's in the Middle East, and you just show like what's going on there, and you might see dead bodies, that would be considered gory, but that's newsworthy, then that's, I don't think that would be a bannable offense, because the whole reason why you're posting is because of it's something that just happened. It's news. So I think that's the way to say that. Let's continue this.
If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden.
So I don't think it's I think there's a lot of because like the whole reason Elon wants to do this whole platform thing is the whole free speech stuff, and you could say whatever you want and that type of thing. But there has been I guess I'll point this out. Elon did say that he wants this whole free speech thing, but then he basically bans the phrase "from the river to the sea," so you can't say that anymore because it's advocating for genocide. And well, I mean, technically in the United States, a call to violence is not considered free speech, and if you're basically calling someone to commit genocide, then that's kind of under the category of call to violence. But that's a very loose way of using it, but I could kind of see the argument both ways, and like why he's like basically, I guess he's not banning them, but he's like muting them for like a week. You get a suspension. I think the whole thing with Elon and Twitter is that no one's going to get a permanent ban, because it's supposed to be like this whole like public square free speech platform, and no one should be barred from the public square. But he does give like people timeouts, I guess. Not just deleting completely and gone.
Bloody says. Elon's right for that, because nobody wanna hear about the stuff that's happening right now because it's tragic.
Yeah, but no one, how would anyone know if it's tragic if no one would like post it though? Like if no one says anything about it, then no one knows about it. And how would anyone form an opinion on something they don't know about? So from the get-go, sure, but like after like everything is going down, like everyone kind of knows about it already, I guess people should like stop talking about it. I would agree with that, but like to get everything started, you kind of have to let people say what they want to say. But sure.
Beholden to those who have this view. What do you do?
Why?
I understand that, but there's a reality too.
You know, I really respect Elon. I really respect his because like Elon he owns Tesla. He owns SpaceX. SpaceX is a privately owned company, so I don't even know how much he's making there. But Tesla, you see how much Tesla's worth. This guy literally has FU money. If X goes under, I think he's gonna be perfectly fine. That's the thing about Elon. He's gonna say what he wants, and he thinks he's doing a really good job or something really good. And he's not gonna if someone doesn't want to give him money, then he doesn't care. And that's the thing that I respect about him. Like he's willing to lose money to prove a point. And like he's literally putting his money where his mouth is. Like he's the epitome of that phrase right there. That is ridiculous.
Yes. No.
He's literally telling the people that gives him money to go screw himself because he doesn't care. Like he doesn't want them to be the customer. He wants the customers to actually be the people that use Twitter, that pay $8 a month for a nice little check mark. And if you want a golden check mark, you have to pay $100. I think it's $100 a month. It's like a business thing or whatever. But yeah.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
the way he says that, I feel like he's like, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, and I want it to happen. It feels like he wants that to happen, but I don't think that's the way. Because like Elon, he's a bit on the, I don't know if this is okay to say, but he's a bit on the spectrum. Like you can kind of see it.
I'ma stay watching on Kick because Twitch has a video delay kinda.
Okay.
Well, no. That those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say,
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
All right, so the advertisers are going to make their case. Elon thinks that it's a good argument, but like I feel like everyone else is going to be like BS. Or like, sure, okay, that's great. So like those advertisers leave, which I think that drops. Doesn't that make Twitter's like if the more advertisers that leave, that means there's less advertising saturation on the platform, which lowers their rates, which means someone that wants to promote their
says, this is all just ridiculous, Imo.
In what way? But like basically all those big advertisers are leaving. Let me finish my last point. All the big advertisers will leave, which basically drops the price of advertising on Twitter, and then any little person that wants to get some really good reach can just go on Twitter and buy up some really cheap advertising space and get a lot of reach for how much they're paying for.
Bloody says, Elon's in the right. I don't get how people could have an argument about this.
Well, the other side of the argument is basically like, well, what he just said.
They're going to say we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things.
That's the other argument. I mean, and it is a legit argument, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it's sound. Like it's like pushing the responsibility somewhere else, I guess. Like if you don't like Elon, then fine. But if you don't like Twitter or X, or you think X is stupid, then like sure you can dislike the man, but like if X is like legitimately a good place to grow your like platform for advertising, who cares what Elon says? Like I understand but I understand the other. Anyone that doesn't understand that part will just hear what he said and be like, oh yeah, we don't like Elon, so why would you advertise there? Like, but they don't make the next step. And I think that's where a lot of people are coming from. they don't really make the next leap in logic. But whatever. I have to go do something in real life. Give me 2 seconds. Let's see. I'll be right back. AFK. All right, I'm back. Everything is working. Sound?
And they didn't feel
Yes,
comfortable on
good.
the platform.
All right.
Right? That's what they're going to say.
All right, I'm going to finish this, and then we're going to get to Thunderfoot.
Okay, then this goes back to
We'll both make our cases,
right,
and we'll see what the outcome is.
Damn. Brutally honest. I like it.
That for you. I mean, you have enormous resources, so you can actually keep this company going for a very long time. Would you keep it going for a long time if there was no advertising?
I mean, if the company fails because of an advertiser boycott, it will fail because of an advertiser boycott. And that will be what bankrupted the company, and that's what everybody on Earth will know.
But what do you think then of the, this goes back to the idea of trust, though.
Then it'll be gone. And it'll be gone because of an advertiser boycott.
But you recognize that some of those people are going to say that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. And I just wonder and ask you and think about that.
I don't feel comfortable.
But the judge is going to be...
the judge is the public.
Damn. Does not. I like CNBC needs to put out this statement. Damn. All right. Let's get Thunderfoot.
Specific set of business skills.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills.
All right. I'm just gonna say this from the outgo. I watched a little bit of this guy's video, and basically he just takes a bunch of 5-second clips, and then he puts like a whole 5-minute overview. Like breakdown of like that 5-second clip. It hurts. It really hurt to watch this guy's video. It really did.
To zero. You see, his new CEO was like, advertisers are basically 100% of our revenue. So we should try and get them to spend more money on Twitter.
To help develop Twitter into a place where they will be excited about investing more money. Product development. Yeah. Ad safety, content moderation.
Musk decided to go in a different direction.
Today is your introduction to the advertising community.
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
Today is your introduction.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's just get to a specific point.
$40 billion on a company that makes 90% of its revenue from advertising. Twitter, X, is...
Wait, how X, formerly Twitter, makes money? Investopedia. Isn't his stuff like... Oh, advertising in 2022. This is basically 2 years ago now. Almost 2 years ago. We're in December now. So... this could be a little bit outdated, not gonna lie, because within that amount of time, he like I said it before, Elon is trying to move away from advertising and going towards.
This bloody says. Don't make us watch this.
Oh man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna move on to the Linus Tech Tips video because I kind of wanna see what. All right, Linus. Elon. Wait, what is Linus's? I don't know if you know that it's the tech YouTuber. He has like a little podcast and he talked about it. I didn't actually see what he said though, but I want to see if he actually has like a good point. They mentioned it in the beginning, but I don't watch his stuff, so I only watched like the first 5 minutes and then I just left. What is it called? Linus Tech Tips podcast? I'm doing this on the other screen because I don't know what's gonna pop up. Oh, it's just, oh, okay, so it's on the main, okay.
This is a vinyl record.
All right, shut up. There we go. Oh my God, that is a long video.
What?
All right.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the WAN Show. Honestly, it's not really that big.
He does make a bunch of clips, so I'm just gonna let the beginning run, and then. Oh wow! So he talks about it literally in the first 2 seconds. All right, so we're just going to watch the first few minutes.
But it is absolutely hilarious. Elon Musk told his sponsors to go f themselves.
That's one way to get him back.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta play hard to get.
yeah. I tried that with my ex. Note that I called her ex. No, actually, I never tried that. Anyway, it was a great title. So what are you gonna do? In other news,
Bloody says, "Are we finna watch all this?"
No. Just literally the first part where they actually talk about the interview. I want to see what they say. I literally like how they have a bunch of, like, they clip everything, which is perfect. Seems like they only talk about in the first what, 5 minutes of the entire thing, so we don't have to go too far into this. And then I think I'm just gonna end it with the actual like video of what, like the whole full interview of Elon Musk and that other dude.
D brand. There's a D brand and case to fire. All
right.
All right, let's roll that intro.
Oh,
that's great. We don't care about that.
Yeah, that's great. All right, why don't we jump into not really that big of a topic, but let's get it out of the way. Earlier this week, following major advertisers leaving the X, formerly Twitter platform, due to Musk endorsing a tweet that, honestly, I am not even going to repeat. Musk did
the tweet wasn't even that bad. Come on now. It wasn't really. I read the tweet, and honestly, I didn't really understand what they were like, what the point of that tweet was. Like, all Elon Musk tweeted, like, he basically what do you say? He like replied to a tweet saying the actual truth, and what was posted on the tweet was just, all right, I guess I gotta find it now. All right. Oh wait, no. That's why I had Thunderfoot's thing going on. There we go. There it is. So this is what. So Elon basically said, "You have said the actual truth," and his video is, I am not getting 1080p enhanced. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, okay, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact. The reason why I didn't understand is because there's a lot of big words that I just didn't know how to pronounce. Hatred against boys, blah blah. I'm deeply just. Another big word I don't understand. Oh, those. Formerly known as. Yeah, he basically just said, you said the actual truth to this not so great tweet. Yeah.
A video interview with the New York Times where he was briefly contrite, calling it perhaps one of his worst posts.
Bloody
then
says,
declared,
have you ever cut a hole into a piece of bread, put it on the pan and put an egg inside the bread, then flipped it and served yourself with a sausage?
Why are you making me think right now? On something completely different than what we're talking about. No, I have not done that, but it sounds actually kind of good. Not gonna lie.
Don't advertise. If someone's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. The f was repeated several times. So are they in a relationship now? I'm sorry. Including at one point.
I like how he's having fun with this. That's good. That's good. He's not taking this too seriously, which it really shouldn't be.
Hey, Bob. An apparent reference to Disney's Bob Iger. Quote, what this advertising boycott is going to do is it is going to kill the company and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company. CEO Linda Yaccarino was apparently sitting stone-faced in the front row for the interview.
Now, I think I know what they don't mention. They don't mention the fact that Linda Yaccarino, the person that's the CEO, 100%, like later on, 100% agrees and stands by what Elon's comment and what he said on stage that day. Like she like full for, like everyone thought she was just gonna like not really say anything or backtrack, but no, she went on in full support of it. And I'm like, well, okay. Okay. CEO of X is backing him up. Okay. All right.
Phew.
I respect it.
Wow. Let me tell you, as someone who has gone through some stuff, you know, after bringing someone on to help me in a leadership role quite recently, I don't think this is how you do it. I don't think you're giving Ms. Yaccarino
a lot of options.
Bloody says,
well, I was going to say, I don't
AFK,
think you're...
I'm finna make what I just described.
I'm going to make... Oh, okay. That's cool. All right. Tell me how it is. Tell me how it tastes when you come back.
Exactly tossing her a layup, but it's more like, I don't...
By the time you get back, we'll probably be on the actual interview, so yeah.
I don't think you're even giving her a ball.
You like kicked it out of the stadium. Go get it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this. Wait, when was this posted? 9 days ago. Okay, so maybe it happened just after. But that Linda person that they keep harping on, like we're like halfway through the entire thing, but they're harping on this one thing, like she's like 100. She doesn't understand why this is. They think that she's gonna be like. This is going to be terrible for her, but she 100% stands for what Elon said. So I like how they're harping on this one thing, just to get basically like, what do you call it? What's that word? They're basically like, I don't know how you say it, but they're acting like she's gonna like reject what Elon is saying, like gonna be saying. But she 100% did the opposite of what they're expecting her to do about Elon's quote about the advertisers.
Once she was gone, you burned it to the ground. And no, I don't think that the majority of people are going to blame Disney for the downfall.
Nope. We're gonna watch the actual interview. That you're in. I want to say that. I want to say it's 50-50, but right now I feel like he's in the minority. Maybe at the point of when Elon said something about that, maybe it was more like 50-50, but now most people are like, yeah, we kind of like respect the fact that Elon said that. Like screw them. Who cares? And you can see in Disney's numbers, like their numbers are going down, 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 down after that. So most people, no, I would say some people. Let's change that. Most people for some, the majority of people. No, we'll say some of the people are going to blame Disney for the downfall.
Twitter. I mean, even the people who love Twitter love that it is a flaming pile of absolute garbage. It is a f***ing dumpster fire, and it can go f*** itself, I think is sort of the mentality. I think that while there are absolute...
And honestly, anyone that still uses Twitter instead of X, especially for a big channel like this, 15 million subscribers, and they're still calling it Twitter instead of, yeah, look, follow us on Twitter. They didn't even change it down here, and it's still the bird when it's literally called X for like the past month and a half now. Anyone that doesn't respect that, any big channel that doesn't respect the whole name change, obviously isn't really gonna respect Elon. So they don't really have a positive view on Elon. So why would they respect his name change to X or whatever? But
things that are valuable about Twitter.
So it makes sense for like why they have this opinion. That's like, basically all I'm saying.
I haven't found a replacement, for example,
creator messaging
for how to, no, I wasn't even going to say that. We've talked about that in the past, but I haven't found a replacement for staying up to date on my like juicy creator scandals. And for me, that's not just a guilty pleasure. There's definitely a little bit of it, but it's also just being in tune with what the heck is going on in my industry. Like I should probably have some idea. I feel
like there's gotta be an option, like live stream fails, or
I don't know. You can like go to Dexerto or something like that. Like well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You're not going to go to live stream fails. That's not going to have everything there.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, come on, guys. Let me know. Like, is there a viable alternative? Because it's tailored enough for me at this point that it...
I thought the alternative was supposed to be Threads. Wasn't that supposed to, like, I don't know. I like how he doesn't even know about Threads. Like, Threads is so, like...
and his X.AI. And he's disrupted each of these lanes. He's moved at breakneck speeds, but he's faced a storm of controversy in the process. He joins us today following a visit, as you all know so well, and we discussed earlier, on Monday to Israel, where he met with the Prime Minister there and the President of Israel. And we're going to talk about everything. And my hope is that we can talk about how he thinks, about his influence, about his power, about all of it. And we're going to talk about innovation and everything else. I want to say just two other things real quick.
Sure.
We met each other for the first time 16 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It's been a long time. And
oldest kids were 3.
When we first met, I think you were about to deliver your first Roadster. I don't think you had yet. Larry Page was still waiting to get one.
Like 2007?
2007, 2008. And I remember
it was delivered 2008.
I remember going back to the newsroom and saying, I think I just met the next Steve Jobs.
Wait a second. This is an hour and 30 minutes? I didn't realize that.
I'm going to hold to that.
Okay.
I think I'm going to stop sooner than that, though.
What has happened between when I first met you and now? You came to deal with...
It's not been boring, that's for sure. Wait, actually, technically, I do have a boring company.
He does.
2012, you came...
He does. He actually does. Let's see. He does have a company named The Boring Company. Elon Musk's Boring Company. The Boring Company. Okay. Let's actually see. What does The Boring Company do? I mean, well, you see Tesla, so you obviously know it's about Elon. He has flamethrowers. Return to the top. Tunnels, products. Loop, utility, freight, pedestrian. We build the tunnel, you put what you want in it. Oh. So this is a tunnel building company. Okay. Interesting. Safe and wait, hold up. I don't think you guys can even see it. There we go. Safe and fun way for pedestrians and cyclists to avoid face surface road traffic. Bear. That's funny. This is actually, it's called The Boring Company because all they do is make tunnels. Tunnel offerings. The Boring Company has 5 product lines. Stay tuned for the tunnel price calculator, which will immediately return a project price, minimum, maximum. Is there any company that makes tunnels that literally does this? Flamethrower. They have flamethrowers. I don't know if I could show that on stream, but whatever. Loop, underground public transportation system. Say goodbye to the soul destroying traffic. Okay, cool. Utility provides convenient access to multiple utilities without surface disruption. Lengths available 0.2.5 miles to infinite. To infinite. To infinite. What? Okay. All right. Whatever. Oh, 100 feet to 250 feet. Okay. To infinite. That's insane. So if you pay them to make a tunnel, they'll make a tunnel as long as you want. That's crazy. All right. Cool. The Boring Company. There you go. They make tunnels. They make tunnels. They make careers. Wait a second. Wait a second. Benefits, perks. You can actually... Hold up. Wait, this is a legit company. People are actually, like, working here. That's funny. Is there any in my... All right, whatever. Maybe I'll look into this some other time. That'll be funny, working for the Boring Company. Flamethrowers. Not a flamethrower sold. Not a flamethrower sold. Not a Boring Company flamethrower. Wait. Fire extinguisher sold separately. The rumor that I secretly are creating some blah blah blah. Wait, so what? Careers? So they don't sell? Whatever. We're done with that. Boring Company, they make tunnels, they make not flamethrowers, and they also have a bunch of jobs. So apparently they're making money.
The deal book and sat on this stage, and we're thrilled to have you back. But there's been so much that's happened between now and then, and there's been so much that's happened in the past week and a half. And a lot of folks, and I want to tell you this. A lot of folks called me up and said, you really going to host Elon Musk here? Can you believe what he just said on Twitter? On X.
Yeah, like, bro, what?
No idea what this Twitter thing is you keep talking about.
Should you platform him? That's what they said.
Yeah.
Should you platform him? And I said that I think that it's our role, and I know you have issues with journalists.
I have a platform.
I know you have an issue with journalists oftentimes, but I said it's our role to have conversations and to inquire and to sometimes even interrogate ideas. And I'm hoping we can do that. So I want to start just.
I respect it.
This conversation.
Andrew Ross. Is that his name?
Take us through everything that happened, if you could.
Everything?
No, over the past week and a half.
How long have you got?
We've got the time.
Okay.
You send out a post or an X or a tweet.
Yeah,
I don't know what you want to
No, you can call it a tweet. You can call it a tweet.
I'm trying to change.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Tweeting makes sense, even if it's called X. Like X and then adding ing at the end. That doesn't really sound right. So tweeting makes more sense, or post or whatever. I'd rather just say tweet. I sent a tweet.
Because like a bunch of little birds chirping, but when the point at which you can put like 3-hour videos on, it's like it's a very long tweet.
So here we are.
Post is more descriptive, I think.
And at some point, I don't know where you were, but you write in responding to another tweet.
Yes.
this is the actual truth. And it set off a firestorm of criticism all the way to the White House.
Right.
And then you make this trip to Israel. You have advertisers who've left the platform. People calling
you. The trip to Israel is independent of it wasn't some like apology tour. I want to be clear. That was.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. So just take us back to the moment at which you write that.
Trip to Israel is independent of. It wasn't like in response to that at all.
Well, we'll do Israel in just a moment.
And it sounds like BS right now because like no one really, for anyone that's watching this for the first time, it sounds like what he's saying, like, of course it was an apology tour. You just sent that tweet and now you're going to Israel to like kind of like play that out. But then if it was if he was trying to get sympathetic, if he was trying to be apologetic, why would he say what he said a couple minutes later into this this video? He basically told, like, if he was trying to be nice and stuff.
Bloody says, I'm back and the bread is crunchy and the sausage is soft.
That sounds weird, but it sounds good. All right.
I have no problem being hated, by the way.
I lost my train of thought. That was funny.
Well, but you know what? Let's go straight to that then for a second.
Sure.
Because there is an idea, and you could say that
I think it's a real weakness to.
And I'm glad that your bread. And I'm not gonna even. Yeah, we're just gonna. I'm glad it tastes good. I'm glad it was good. I'm glad it was good. I'm not gonna say it.
I do not have that.
Well, let me ask you this then. There's a difference between saying I don't care if anyone likes me or they hate me.
Yeah.
But given your power and given what you have amassed and the importance you have, I would think you want to be trusted. I would think maybe you don't need to be liked or hated, but trusted matters. If X is going to become
that's a really nice little.
Bloody says, I put cheese on the bread too.
That's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. That is what type of cheese? What type of cheese?
A financial platform where people.
Wait, no, wait. What? You making me lose my train of thought. That's good stuff, but like.
Bloody says, yo, chill.
No, it's good cheese. Cheese is good. What type of cheese did you put? But anyways, made me lost my train of thought. Trusted. He said to be trusted. Like, yeah, you don't have to like me, but trust.
Bloody says, cheddar, I
think. Oh, that's good. Cheddar's really good. Cheddar's really good. Yeah. That's good stuff. I kind of want to make that now. How'd you make that? Actually, no, don't answer that question. Not yet. Let me like say something first about this. Did you use an air fryer? Could you do that in an air fryer? I think you could do that in an air fryer. Yeah, that would be cool. Because I got one of those. Wait, let me go back like 5 seconds.
I would think you want to be trusted. I would think maybe you don't.
He basically conflates. He says, you don't have to like me. You don't have to, yeah, basically, you don't have to like me, but you think you would have to trust you, right? But at the same time, it doesn't matter if you trust him either, because you don't have to trust Elon. You got to trust the company and the numbers that the companies are producing. And X is like the numbers from what X is making, or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it, is producing is legit. So it doesn't matter. Like, Elon is completely separate from this, and he's trying to like he's trying to emotionally put him back into the spotlight of connecting him to X, and what he says on X is, since he's the owner of X, people should leave X because of, like, he's trying to morph.
He says, now you gotta use a pan, put butter on it, then use a cup to cut a hole in the bread, then put the bread in the pan and put the egg in the middle of the bread, then make your sausage. After it's done, put salt and pepper on your bread and add some cheese on it.
Oh, so you make it flat, and then you cut a hole in the middle of that on the pan while it's flat, and then you put the egg, you crack the egg, and like sunny side up or whatever, in the middle of that cut out hole of the bread on the pan. Is that, like, am I visualizing that properly? And then make your sausage. Oh no, I'm
Whisk
not.
Bloody says.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And then make your bread sausage after that's done. Put salt and pepper on the bread. Add some cheese on it. Oh, so do you put the cheese while you're cooking it so it melts into it? That's something that would be legit. That sounds so good. What was
Whisk
it?
Bloody says. I accidentally pressed those emojis, bro.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I saw you put those, and I was like, wait a second, did I was completely wrong, and then you said yes, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, all right, enough with that food talk. That sounds amazing, but
Whisk Bloody says. You can put before or after.
I'll put it while I'm cooking it, so it melts. It melts into it. Let me go back 5 seconds so I can remember what my train of thought was.
If anyone likes me or they hate me. Yeah. But given your power and given what you have amassed and the importance you have, I would think you want to be trusted. I would think maybe you don't need to be liked.
All right, I'm basically just going to shorten what I was going to say. There's a logical fallacy. He's trying to combine Twitter, Elon Musk to Twitter, which is very easy to do, because like he's the owner of Twitter or X. So like obviously what he says is going to affect X, right? Now, sure, if you don't like, you could think that, but at the same time, what he says doesn't affect the numbers that what advertisers should really be caring about. Advertisers shouldn't care what Elon says. Advertisers should care about how many bots are on, or how many views, and how premium the reach that they can get on X, which is completely separate to like Elon's what Elon says on X. Like it's 100% separate, but he's trying to put this word trust into it, and I'm like, that's kind of a little. Like, that's the argument that the other side is trying to push, but if you just think about it for 2 more seconds, it doesn't even matter. Like, Elon's not the one making, like, unless Elon is directly showing, like, your ads into posts, then sure, Elon is a part of, like, why advertisers should, like, stay or leave. But Elon is completely separate from it, and he's trying to, like, make it. He's trying to give the argument that no, Elon is a part of it. You should stay here, and like that's the argument of the advertisers. And I'm like, no, that's it's stupid when you think about it. But like if you don't think about it, it sounds kind of smart.
Or hated,
but you just got to think about it for like 2 more seconds.
Platform where people are going to put their money, where the government's going to give you money for rockets, where people are going to get into the cars. They need to ultimately decide that you are, maybe they don't have to say that they love you, but that you are ultimately a decent and good human being.
Yes, I mean,
Who cares? I'm sorry. Who cares? Like, how is that going to change the fact of whether his advertising is premium or not on the platform? Whether he's a good or bad human being? Like, who cares? Literally, who cares?
I think I am, but I'm certainly not going to do some sort of tap dance to prove to people.
Like I'm gonna give an analogy, really bad or a good analogy. I don't know. I'm gonna give an analogy. So like, you have a plumber, right? And you have a broken toilet. You call a plumber. The plumber comes, does the thing, fixes your stuff, and he leaves. And then the toilet's really great. All right. So that's the first scenario. Second scenario, your toilet's broken. You hire a plumber, but this plumber, he said some really mean. He's doing the work, but he says some really like mean and nasty things, and then he leaves. And then you go to the toilet, and toilet's working perfectly great. Now you have a third plumber. Plumber comes in, does the job good. He says all these really nice things. You bond with him. He leaves. The toilet works, but then it breaks a little bit. All right, so forget the first one because the first part of that didn't really make sense. All you really need is the good plumber and the bad plumber. The good human being plumber said some really nice things. He had some good morals, but he didn't really do a good job. That was the second plumber. The first plumber was the bad plumber. He had bad morals, but he did a really good job with the actual like work of the toilet. Toilet works. Never needs to come back again. who you're gonna call again if you're like, this is easy. Like, who are you gonna call again to fix your toilet? The bad moral plumber that gets the job done every time, or the good moral plumber that sometimes gets the job done? Like, it's just, unless you want a virtue signal and make yourself feel good. Oh, look, I made this. I gave money to the virtuous person, but my toilet's still, like, the end of the day, you want your toilet to be fixed. Like, who cares what if he's a good or mean or bad person? Like, if your toilet's good and he's not doing anything illegal, so what? It doesn't matter. It's a fallacy, and it's stupid. It really is. I don't like. How does that analogy work out? I think it works. It was a bit scrambled, but I think I got the point across. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Yeah, you know, down there. Yeah, right over there. Yeah, that. Thank you very much.
So, as for trust, I mean, I think we break that down in a few ways. If you want satellites sent to orbit reliably, SpaceX will do 80% of all mass to orbit this year. China will do 12%. The rest of the world.
See the numbers.
That includes Boeing, Lockheed, and everyone else. So, the track record of the rocket.
Like, the whole point of this is, and I think you're right. It's stupid because, like, oh, we're not going to use SpaceX to bring our satellites up into orbit anymore because Elon said some mean things on X. Like, what? It's stupid. It really is.
The best by far of anything. You could hate my guts next. You could not trust me. It is relevant. The rocket track.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Record speaks for itself. With respect to Tesla, we make the best cars. Whether you hate me, like me, or indifferent, do you want the best car or do you not want the best car?
Legit.
Oh,
I forget. My camera's over there.
So I will certainly not pander. And Jonathan, like, the only reason I'm here is because you are a friend. Like, what was my speaking fee?
This rubbed him the wrong way. This rubbed him the wrong way. This guy. This guy.
Second of all, we've known each other for a very long time.
Yes.
And,
listen.
You know.
Elon's laugh is weird. I'm not going to lie.
Is that sometimes I say the wrong thing.
See? He says the wrong thing. He's human. Legit.
Let me go back. No.
You should hear the sketches that SNL wouldn't post, by the way. Those are really good.
And I would say, unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, whatever friendship we have, not great. We don't talk to each other that much. But let me ask you this.
Aww.
That's true.
You're burning the bridge?
Where am I?
Doesn't return phone calls.
Yeah. The point is, I'm here because you're a friend, not because I'm being paid or because I need any validation or anything. It's that we've been friends for 16 years. And I promised you I'd be here, and that's why I'm here.
Well, I appreciate you being here.
Not for any other reason.
But let me ask you this then. Let's just go at it. Just tell me what happened. You write this tweet that says that this is the actual truth. People read that tweet.
Yes.
He really wants to harp on that thing.
Elon Musk is an anti-Semite. That he is riling up this base.
If Elon's an anti-Semite, why did he ban the phrase "from the river to the sea"? Like, he's such this, he's or suspends anyone that says it on X. Like, if he's really an anti-Semite, why would he do that? Come on now. Like, he harps on this one specific, like, people hyper focus on one thing, and then they forget about all the other things that he does that basically, like, people that basically they're trying to call him one thing, and then but things that he does, like all of his past events, they don't care about, and they don't want to say anything about it because it completely changes, like, it completely disproves his point of people calling him an anti-Semite. Like, I don't understand it. It just all right, whatever.
You're hearing it from
whatever.
As I said, the White House. You're hearing it from Jewish groups all over. I think Jonathan Greenblatt from the ADL is here. There's lots of people who say this. And by the way, it's not just that.
Did you read the whole thing?
I did, and that's why I want to ask you
about. And the responses.
Excuse me?
I said more.
more responses?
Yeah, I said more. I said more than what you just read.
Yes. No, there was absolutely more.
Yes.
But I'll tell you the thing that struck me. It wasn't, and I'm an American Jew. It wasn't just the people who had that view. It was actually people who really are anti-Semites, who said, "Oh my goodness, go Elon! This is fabulous." And that actually was the thing that really set me back. I said to myself, "What's going on here?"
You know what he doesn't want to say? When Elon, like you can use that same point for when Elon banned From the River to the Sea on X, and all the Jewish people were like, "Oh yeah, look at that, go Elon, he's for us." Like you could literally say that about anything that anyone says ever. And like, but for him to harp on that one point, I feel like he's like, well, I mean, he's literally Jewish, so this is a personal thing for him. So sure, all right, get out your grievances, I guess.
I want to know how you felt about that in that moment when you saw all of this happening.
Yeah. Which explains why he's hyper focusing on that one tweet.
I did clarify almost immediately what I meant. I would say that was, if I could go back and say I should, in retrospect, not have replied to that particular person, and I should have written in greater length as to what I meant. I did subsequently clarify it in replies, but those clarifications were ignored by the media.
Exactly.
And essentially, I handed a loaded gun to those who hate me, and arguably to those who are anti-Semitic. And for that, I'm quite sorry. That was not my intention. So I did,
self-responsibility. Respect it.
Timeline to be absolutely clear that I'm not anti-Semitic, and that I, in fact, if anything, am philo-Semitic.
What does that even mean?
Israel was planned before any of that happened. It was neither here nor there. Do you see this thing? Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is?
I do, because I actually followed your entire trip to Israel.
Right.
Why don't you tell everybody?
This says bring them home. The hostages. It was given to me by the parents of one of the hostages.
Damn.
I said I would wear it as long as there was a hostage still remaining, and I have.
What was that trip like? And obviously,
Nah, but Elon's anti-Semitic. he's 100% anti-Semitic. Okay.
Know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
Well, we're 11 minutes in and we're already getting to this point? Okay.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
Damn.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear?
Damn.
I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's all.
I respect it. 100% respect it. Let's go, Elon. Let's go.
I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X?
The economics.
If part of the underlying model.
I don't understand why he's talking to Elon about economics. Like he has what? SpaceX. That's a growing company. He has apparently the Boring Company that we looked into in the beginning of, and somewhat in the middle of this entire thing. That apparently is doing well. Like they're hiring, which is nuts. I didn't even know that the Boring Company was actually like doing stuff to like being able to like hire more people. Like usually if you see a career section, that typically means that they're trying to like get more people on board, which means they're making an excess amount of money to support more people coming into their business, which is, the Boring Company doesn't really exist. I thought it was just well, whatever. We already looked into that. Okay, so my whole point is that I'm bringing all these like companies that he's making all like he's talking about economics when he's literally has all these companies that are doing very, very well underneath his belt. And he's like but did you understand the economics? I'm like, yes, he does. He does. Like, get out of here.
At least today, and maybe it needs to shift. Maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, he understands.
I believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view. What do you do?
F-Y.
GFY.
I understand that, but there's a reality too, right?
And then he stumbles and stutters.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
Yeah, I respect that 100%. Document it in great detail, which means anyone that decides to pull out, we're gonna show you what X is doing. And you know the funny thing is that if I feel like his plan is, if it does go under, he's gonna show you all the advertisers of people that left, and then he's literally just gonna use. He's going to take a little bit of money out of Tesla, a little bit of money out of SpaceX, a little bit of money out of all these other companies, and basically just restart the company, call it X again, and then just, there we go. He's like, I feel like that's going to be the whole stunt. It's going to cost him a lot of money. He's going to prove a point, and at the end of it, he's just going to restart the entire thing. I'm like, that's crazy. He has the financial capital to do that, and that's insane. So not only is he going to document it and then show everyone who are the advertisers that left their company, so people can like basically boycott all those other companies that basically screwed X and made X like not be a thing anymore. Not only is he's going to show everyone that and then file for bankruptcy for the thing, he'll just restart the entire company or make a completely new company called literally the same thing because he has the financial capital to do it, and then bring it back up. And I'm like, that's to have money like that, to just say F you, and not only say F you, but like just be able to just do that. That's insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. And smart. I feel like that's a game plan. So even if X does go under, you could just resurrect it. Not only like kill two birds with one stone. Show everyone that all these people, that these are the people that are leaving X. And then show that X went under because of this, and then resurrect it from the dead because he has the financial capital to do so. That's crazy. That's honestly super smart.
Imagine they're going to say.
Imagine if
they're going to say we didn't.
Maybe there's some sort of legal thing that you can't really do that, but at the same time, I don't see how that would be illegal. Like you can make. Like, if your company goes under, you could just make a new company that says the same thing. Like, I don't see how that would be illegal. All right.
You can kill the company.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to say...
Let me know now in the comments down below. Yeah, thank you very much.
Tell to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things and that they were inappropriate things and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
So, okay, this goes back to...
We'll both make our cases,
right?
And we'll see what the outcome is.
What are the economics of that for you? I mean, you have enormous resources, so you can actually keep this company going for a very long time.
He figures it out. He figures it out.
If the company fails because of an advertiser boycott, it will fail because of an advertiser boycott. And that will be what bankrupted the company, and that's what everybody on Earth will know.
What do you think then of the... this goes back to the idea of trust, though.
Then it'll be gone. And it'll be
the idea of trust?
Boycott.
But you recognize that some of those people are going to say that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. And I just wonder and ask you and think about that for a second.
Tell it to the judge.
But the judge is going to be...
The judge is the public.
And you think that the public is going to say that Disney is making a mistake?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're going to boycott Disney?
Yes. Exactly. They literally already are from the time of making this video and until now. It's even worse now than what Elon from when when was this made? This was made 11 days ago. 11 days ago. Or posted 11 days ago. Yeah, that's that. Wow. That is just... It's literally fact. It's literally fact.
There are some that are for lots of different reasons, but you think that this is going
I never had a Disney Plus thing, but
you have the,
well,
this
whatever.
is actually the interesting of power and leverage.
Let the chips fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they may.
Elon is super confident that he thinks he's going to come, like, he knows that he feels like he's on the right side of this. He is super confident. Super confident. And this guy's like, I don't understand how Elon could be so confident that people are going to see it the way that Elon sees it. But I understand. I understand Elon's point of view. 100%. I feel like, and the proof is already out there. Like, Disney's losing a lot of money. They were losing a lot of money before, but now they're just dropping like a rock.
Can I ask why that is the approach? And I ask it because you've been
What's the other approach?
Well, you've been very particular about the approach to Tesla. When you think about the engineering involved in that, the approach to SpaceX, the approach to some of the stuff you're doing with AI has been very specific, right? There's not a let the chips fall where they may approach to those businesses, I don't think.
No, we focus on making the best products. And Tesla's gotten to where it's gotten with no advertising at all.
Yep.
I understand
They
that.
very recently started, technically Tesla is very, very, very recently started doing like little like advertising with like email and stuff like that. But that was very recent. Tesla was literally word of mouth for like 90% of its entire existence, which is insane.
Twice as much in terms of electric vehicles as the rest of electric car makers in the United States combined. Tesla has done more to help the environment than all other companies combined. It would be fair to say that, therefore, as a leader,
and that's not even an exaggeration. That's crazy.
Than everyone else, any single human on Earth.
How do you feel about that?
What do you mean? How does it feel about that?
Yeah, no, I'm asking you personally how you feel about that, because we're talking about power and influence, and
I'm saying what I care about is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it.
Yes.
And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil.
Or doing nothing.
Yeah. Okay?
Look at that. FAAA, damn, the subtitles. I'm just laughing at the subtitles. Not even what Elon just said, just the subtitles. That was funny.
Let me ask you this, because I think part of this, by the way, there's some people who said, look,
I respect it.
Owning X to begin with has just created problems, that you've created so many amazing things that are changing our world. And I know you want to make X this fabulous town square free speech platform, but that unto itself, that has created such a distraction of all of these things. This is the conversation we're having. We're not focused, or we're not talking at least yet, and we will. On Tesla, you have your Cybertruck deliveries tomorrow and everything else that you're doing. But
yes,
is there any...
it will be the biggest product.
We're going to do a little mini thing on the Cybertruck. Cybertrucks is freaking awesome. We're going to do a mini thing on the Cybertruck because, like, Cybertruck is awesome. It's legit awesome. Let's go to the specs. Order now. Order now. All right, so they got 3 configurations, right? It's completely changing. We're talking about Elon. This is related. Get out of here. I want to talk about this. All right, let's zoom in just a little. Oh, down. That's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. Who cares? Oh, okay. All right, so they got a rear-wheel drive, which is... Oh, wait. Okay, 60,000. 60,000 for the rear-wheel drive only unit. 6.5 seconds. For $60,000, you'll get everything like normally included in the Cybertruck, but like you just get one motor and it's a rear-wheel drive, which is 6.5 seconds for 0 to 60 is fast. That is actually, like, you feel it. It's fast. 4.1 is even faster, and that's basically $80,000. And then $100,000, basically $99,990. 2.6 seconds. That is insane. Horsepower, we don't really care about horsepower because that's kind of stupid. Torque is actually a much more better rating than horsepower, honestly. With roll out subtracted. Okay. But this Cybertruck thing is amazing. This is great. And this is a tri-motor system, dual motor system, and a single motor system. That's the main reason why the prices are so like drastic when it comes to these things. Different drivetrains for all of them, which is cool. I like this thing. I actually would I would definitely get one of these trucks. There's a video on this thing. What's the YouTuber name? Let's go back. Cybertruck review. Let's see. Will he be like the first one that says it? Yeah, Marcos Brownlee or whatever.
All right, so the Tesla Cybertruck has been kind of an enigma. It was revealed 4 years ago, almost to the day. And ever since then, it was kind of quiet, but then we slowly started seeing them rolling around like California a little bit, and then a couple in Texas. And these.
All right, we're not going to go through all of this. We're going to go through, I want to do the inside, because the inside is actually really good. Oh, wait, hold up. Yeah. Interior layout. All right.
Because this is MKBHD. All right. So now let's get to
the interior. This thing's amazing.
Of the Cybertruck. And once again, there's a lot going on. But I think probably the first thing you notice is the.
All right. So I support this 100%. It's not like if it was just a pure yoke and there was no top thing, then I wouldn't care. But having it like a compromise between the yoke and an actual round steering wheel, this is good. This is perfect. I like it. I despise the whole forcing everyone to use a yoke thing. Like if I could get a round steering wheel for this, I would do it. And if I could get the stocks, I would do it. But if the buttons, they actually did something with the turn signal buttons where it's actually clickable, that is a good change. I 100% like that.
Only curve in the entire interior is this steering wheel. And yes, it's a wheel. It's not a yoke. I'm pretty sure when they first showed the car,
it's a rectangle.
They showed was it had a yoke.
Yeah, this is stupid. This is disgusting. I will never no.
And it had this crazy like marble shelf at the front. Now it's looking a lot more normal car-like, but there's still a lot to go over. So first of all, this glass canopy from the nose of the car, basically all the way back to right in front of my head, is the single largest piece of glass in the entire automotive industry. Like, have you tried?
Honestly, this is cool. I like it. I would get this car. I would get this car. All right, that's enough. Enough of that. Let's go back to Elon's thing.
Launch of anything by far on Earth this year.
Is there any part of you, though, that just says, you know what? I just shouldn't have done this, or maybe I should sell it or give it away or do something else. With the X piece of it,
yeah.
Given the propensity for some of the things that you do and say on that platform to create these issues.
Yeah. Of all the posts I've done on the platform, I think there might be 30,000 or something like that.
Right. Now this is the part where Elon has this whole little self-reflection part.
Once in a while, I will say
which I respect 100%.
Foolish. And I have. And I would certainly put that comment, that you said the actual truth, among perhaps one of the most foolish, if not the most foolish thing I've ever done on the platform. And I did do my best to clarify afterwards that, I certainly do not mean anything anti-Semitic in that. The nature of the criticism was simply that the Jewish people have been persecuted for thousands of years.
Yes.
There is a natural affinity, therefore, for persecuted groups. This has led to the funding of organizations that essentially promote any persecuted group or any group with the perception of persecution. This includes radical Islamic groups. Everyone here has seen the massive demonstrations for Hamas.
Basically, is what he's saying is that is such a weird way to put it. So like both of them are persecuted groups for thousands of years, but then there's like this company that does any kind of persecuted group, and they support both sides of both issues that are both persecuting the same groups. But one of them is way more radical than the other. But I think that's the point Elon was trying to get. It seemed like he was being anti-Semitic because it's technically the Israel people would be a part of that thing that he's criticizing, but he's also criticizing the radical the Hamas, which is they're in the same umbrella of that group. And that's why people got really mad at him, because it seemed like he was supporting or he was like criticizing the umbrella top group. And since those two groups are on the bottom of it, people just kind of said, it leans like he's being anti-Semitic, even though he's talking about all of it. But you can take him out of context. It was very weird. Like the way the tweet was very weirdly worded. Like it like you can word the tweet. Like I think the tweet made it seem like it was more anti-Israel than anti-Hamas, which you can make the argument for both, which kind of sucks. And he made a stupid tweet, and which he already said. And yeah, but like I understand why he decided to make the tweet in the first place, because like in his mind it seemed like he was attacking like everything, all of it, all the little games that people play with, the semantical games that people play with this type of stuff. But it turned out to look more like he was being anti-Semitic than anything else. And people that don't really think too much end up getting the wrong idea. And well, he kind of regrets it, because like people got the wrong idea. That wasn't the intent of him putting it out, and he's sorry about that, which he said. But yeah, I think that's what my point was, right? Yeah.
That should be jarring.
Wait, let me go back a second.
Everyone here has seen the massive demonstrations for Hamas in every major city in the West.
And that's what he was pointing out.
Well, a number of those organizations received funding from prominent people in the Jewish community.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't expect that to happen. But if you generically, without condition, sort of fund, if you fund persecuted groups, in general, some of those persecuted groups, unfortunately, want your annihilation. And what I meant by that, when I subsequently clarified, is that it's unwise to fund organizations that support groups that want your annihilation. Is this coming across clearly?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I think he understands. What are you going to say now? I don't see, like, you should agree with him.
Is there any part of you, I mean, just tell me what happens, though, once all this happens.
Let's say you fund a group, and that group supports Hamas, who wants you to die. Perhaps you should not fund them.
Right. But you do.
Thank you.
You do appreciate that when
and that was the point of his entire tweet. Like that's how we saw it, but it came off differently for lots of people, because a lot of people are like emotionally charged in this, so they don't logically think about it like Elon is doing, because he's not emotionally connected to this at all. I think he's South African? Yeah. Completely different place in the world. But yeah, but all the people that are emotionally charged with this type of stuff, they don't they tend to like it just they don't see the logic behind it. They just immediately go to the like, oh, you're criticizing me. They don't think of the why part. They think of, oh, they immediately just go to action. Like, oh, you're criticizing, therefore you're bad, and we should attack.
Wade into these very delicate waters at these very delicate times.
Yes.
That it can create a real, I mean, as it created headlines for the past 2 weeks and economic impact.
On Disney.
I'm just so curious what happened in your brain when you see all this happening.
Yeah, he I feel like Elon's on the I don't know. I think it's okay to say this. He's like, isn't he technically on the spectrum or something? Or he's a little off when it comes to the whole social stuff. Like, he thinks logically, and the emotional part isn't really. Personally, I don't care. Sure, in times like these, was it too early to point something like this out? Sure, you can argue that, but that's just an emotional reaction, honestly. And sure, you can get emotional with it, but like, how do I say it? Honestly, I don't care. I think that's what I'm saying. I don't care about the whole emotional part that much, most because I'm not emotionally connected with it either. But I can understand what people are so emotionally charged in this type of situation. 100% understand why they're emotionally charged in this type of situation. But still, like, even though, like, it's not his fault that you can't like logically think about this and immediately go to emotions and just, and it's very easy to just slope down into that instead of actually thinking about this thing logically. I think that says more about the people than what Elon is saying. And I feel like Elon, it was really easy for Elon to do this because he's not even connected to it emotionally. And yeah,
Are you sitting there?
I
Going,
like the way he logically thinks about
this. I wish
this.
I didn't do that. Are you saying screw them? I hate these people. Why are they after me?
But all of that. Yeah, all of that. I mean, look, I'm sorry for that tweet or post. It was foolish of me. Of the 30,000, it might be literally the worst and dumbest post that I've ever done. And I try my best to clarify 6 ways to Sunday.
He did a good clarification.
At least I think over time it will be obvious that, in fact, far from being anti-Semitic, I'm in fact philo-Semitic. And all the evidence in my...
I don't know what philo-Semitic is.
Let me ask you this, though. There are people who say crazy things on X, as you know. Maybe you think they're crazy, maybe they're not.
People say crazy things on everything. Like, I like how people are just harping like, oh, X, oh, he's a free speech, so people could just say whatever they want. Like, people are saying whatever they want in every platform. It's just that X is like, well, we're going to be a little bit more lenient than compared to like Threads or whatever. And like, I don't know. Like, if everyone was doing what X is doing, you wouldn't be seeing all this hyper fixation on like, oh, X, you could say whatever you want on X. Like, people see that as like a bad thing, which is kind of weird. Like, I want to see what people are saying. I don't want them to just ban them and then the people that want to say these things just leave and go to a different platform, or just bottle up all these things. And then you wonder why like these really terrible things happen. Like, oh, well, you banned his speech. And you're wondering why this happened. Maybe we could have figured out what he was trying to like do if you just let him say what he was going to probably end up doing. I'm not really referencing anything in particular, but like sunlight is the best disinfectant, 100%. You want to know what evil people are saying. You don't want them to be doing it in the background, and then something bad happens and no one knows why, because people are like, nah, we're just going to ban all this stuff. So yeah, it's to have a safer type of situation. You want to know what bad people are saying.
Global town square. Now, if
then you
were
can
to walk
suspend
down
them if you really don't like it.
Say Times Square,
or block them, like legit.
Do you occasionally hear people saying crazy things?
Yes, but they're not. But they don't have the megaphone, right? And that's the conundrum.
No,
right?
And who has the megaphone on X? What? Who has the megaphone on X? Get out of here.
To the 50 or 100 people.
That's a bad analogy.
Standing there in Times Square.
They don't have a mega. I mean, look, the joke I used to make about old Twitter was it was like giving everyone in the psych ward a megaphone. So I'm aware that things can get promoted that are negative beyond the sort of.
I like how he says negative and they have like a minus sign. That's funny. That's funny.
Circle of somebody simply screaming crazy things in Times Square, which happens all the time. It's pretty rare for something, frankly, that is hateful to be promoted. It's not that it never happens, but it's fairly rare.
Yeah.
I would encourage people to look.
And then when that one thing happens, everyone hyper focuses on it and says, "Oh, Twitter's this terrible place," when it literally only happens like once in a blue moon, and no one talks about all the good things that X is doing. But who cares? We want to everyone that disrespects or that doesn't respect Elon is gonna hyper focus on all the negative things that happens on his platform now. So
for those that use the system. When you look at the sort of the feed that you receive, how often is it hateful, and over time has it gotten more or less hateful? And I would say that if you look at the X platform today versus a year ago, I think it is actually much better. I mean, what is your personal experience?
Are you surprised?
I'm just curious. You use this?
I use the platform religiously. I will admit to being an addict, and I use the For You, and I will say now the problem is because I'm a journalist, I go looking for stuff.
Well, that's I'm
just saying, and because I also think the algorithm for me personally, because I'm looking for stuff, also is feeding me other things.
This is actually a challenge in that, like sometimes people will say, like, why is it showing me posts from this person that I hate? And we were like, well, did you interact a lot with this person that you hate? Well, yes. Well, therefore, it thinks that you want to interact more with this person that you hate. That's like a reasonable.
Let me ask this:
you kind of want to have an argument.
When you tweet,
yeah.
Do you ever post? Let's say post. When you post,
I mean, listen, I'm open. If anyone can come up with a better word, that would be great.
When you post, though,
but the least bad word I can think of is post.
When you post, though. Are you trying to rile up either a base or an audience? Do you recognize the power you have in that? And also, by the way, not just rile up one version of side of it, but also rile down, which is to say, as I said, there are people who are demonstrably anti-Semitic on the site. I get Jew boy things and all sorts of things that come my way.
Hey, for a while they thought I was Jewish, so they would, I'd get it too.
But the question is,
my name is Super Jewish.
Do you ever think to yourself, you know what? I'm going to go online and I'm going to say,
is it really?
These people, I condemn these people that are on my site saying these things. Because
Elon doesn't care about the whole virtue, like, oh, I'm going to condemn this, oh, I'm going to condemn this, I'm going to promote this, oh, I'm going to promote. He doesn't care about the whole emotional nonsense of, oh, I'm going to condemn these bad things. See how virtuous I am? Oh, like, who cares about what you say about what thing? Like, I feel like weak-minded people need to hear that. Need to hear other people be virtue signal and how like people are like, who cares about what people say? Like their actions is what mostly matters. And I feel like this guy is giving the argument of why don't you just virtue signal more? Like I feel like he's not saying that verbatim, but like that's basically what it sounds like he's saying. Like, Elon, you should virtue signal more, and then people would like you more, right? Like Elon doesn't care. Like whatever. Like look at my numbers. Look at my numbers. Look at the actions that I'm doing. Are those actions like good actions? That's what you should be judging me for, not whether I have an opinion on something or not. Like
I have said I have.
You say I've condemned anti-Semitism,
which I think is the better way of doing this, honestly.
But do you ever go?
Yeah, I said I literally posted, I condemn anti-Semitism in all its forms. Like, that is a literal, I believe, literal post that I made. I mean, I'm like, listen, if I can get out the thesaurus, if you and we could,
Let me ask you a different question.
You compose it, I'll post it.
Okay, let me ask you this. You were on a podcast about a month ago, And you said something that struck me, and it struck me as accurate, came out of your mouth, so hopefully it is. But I'm hoping we go deep on this.
Just because it came out of my mouth does not mean it's true.
No, but you said my mind is a storm. I don't think most people would want to be me. They may think they want to be me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Elon.
They don't understand. What did you mean by that? What your mind being a storm? And I think it. I mean, I have known you for quite some time. I think it is a bit of a storm.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, in as much as a weather metaphor makes sense, my mind often feels like a very wild storm. I mean, I have a fountain of ideas. I mean, I have more ideas than I can possibly execute. So I have no shortage of ideas. Innovation is not the problem. Execution is the problem. I've got a million ideas. I mean, I've got an entire design for an electric supersonic vertical takeoff jet, but I just can't do that as well. I've had that for 10 years. And there's a million things.
But is your storm a happy storm?
All right, I think I'm done. I'm done. All right. Well, let's get to the point. All right. Yeah, do what's on screen. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm done. I'm bored. Elon's getting boring. And yeah, Elon's good. I like his stuff. Elon's great. He is smart. All the people that don't understand the whole point of Elon saying to go blank themselves, telling advertisers to go blank themselves. If you don't understand that yet, well, I'm sorry. You'll never understand after all this. How long have we been streaming? What? I don't know. I want to say an hour and a half or whatever. But yeah, Elon, the gist of all this, Elon is basically trust and the wild storm. Elon Musk on advertisers. On advertisers. That's a nice way of saying it. But yeah, Elon, he's basically making the people that use his platform the customers. It's not like advertisers being the customers. Sure, that may be true. Maybe even now. Maybe even back then in 2022 when Thunderfoot gave out that little blank statement. Do I still have it? Let's see. I think it's in the beginning. Yeah, right here. 90% of the revenue comes from advertising in 2022. Ooh, that could be true in 2022. Not sure about 2023, and it probably isn't going to be so in 2024. Because right now, posting this video at December. Yeah, early December. But yeah, they're not going to be the customers anymore. The customers are actually going to be the people that are watching this. And yeah, I think that's my full point. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to chop this up, throw it into my YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye now. And thank you. I forget your name, but thank you for the follow. That was great. That was awesome. That was epic. Let's see. Is Twitch still up? Yeah, Twitch is still up. Kick is still up. Let's go. Bloody. Yeah, thank you, Bloody. You've been very fun to me. You've been really, really great with me. It was good to have you here. I'm gonna send a little emoji. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Thank you. All right.